Alright everyone, so this is a bit of an update video or whatever. It's a little bit of a video about Defenders of the Big Space. And I'm recording this because I think it's important to let you guys know what's going on. It's completely unfair for you guys not to know what's going on. So this video is going to be as honest as possible. It's going to be as direct as possible. I'm not going to make too many cuts. I'm going to try to leave as much of my rambling in as possible because I really want you guys to get the full scope of what I'm talking about. And I'm trying to look at the camera as much as possible, although if I look at the monitor thing, that will happen because I want to see that I don't look too much like an idiot. But yeah, so I'm going to try to keep this video to a reasonable length, but I do just want to sit down and fully explain everything that's been going on behind the scenes. And I want your guys' opinions, and I want everyone, knowing you guys have been very supportive in the past, so I hope that that is a sign of things to come when this video releases. But if not, that's completely, if you want, I'm sure this video is going to garner a couple piss reactions, but that is completely justified. If you are angry with my decision, you are completely in the right to feel that way, because I've been a bit of a tool. So, let's talk about Defenders of the Big Space. So I announced Defenders of the Big Space a long time ago, I think January or something like that, and it was sort of my idea. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I wanted to do this fun subscriber special, and Thatch and Kasai gave me this great idea to make this sort of special about these group of idiots coming together, forming a hero team, and fighting a bad guy. That was sort of the concept. So I was like, okay, this could be really fun for a mock contest, and I don't have much to send. I knew that if I did another mock contest, I didn't want to just have, oh, the characters will appear in Renzo, maybe, because half the mock contest entries haven't appeared in Renzo. I haven't been very good at keeping my promises. But there's that, and then there's just, there was so much, I didn't know what to do for a mock contest, and I said, hey, what if I actually allow people to be a part of this project like they're in it? They're voicing their own characters, and they're a part of it, rather than just being like, oh, there are these characters that you made, goodbye. They might be in it one day. I wanted to have this sort of concrete thing that allowed me to be like, okay, this is the definitive 1,000 subscriber special. It was going to feel like a very important video, because it was. 1,000 subscribers is a huge milestone, and I'm still incredibly thankful that anyone clicked that red button and decided to subscribe to my stupid face, because you totally... thank you so much. But at the same time, I felt like 1,000 subscribers was a big deal. I needed to make something big for it. And Defenders of the Big Space seemed like the perfect thing to do. It seemed like, okay, this was going to be a project that multiple people were going to be a part of. It was going to be probably one of my biggest projects yet. It was going to be canon to Renzo. It was going to have little Renzo cameos to those who... So it would have felt like a subscriber special. It would have felt like something that belonged on the channel. But let's talk about what's wrong with it and why I'm having a lot of troubles with it. And again, I'm just going to lay everything down on the table. I'm just going to be as honest as possible. So here we go. So it all started way back when I started working on it. First of all, I had to move. That was a huge roadblock. I immediately couldn't work on it, and I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a little delayed. So I started writing it, and I wasn't really happy with the script. The script is really generic. And there's funny quips and there's funny lines, I think. I think the humor can be pretty decent sometimes, but overall it's pretty basic. It just kind of happens for no reason, there isn't much brain power put behind it. And immediately as I finished the Defenders script, I came up with an idea for another script, and I said that would have worked a million times better for Defenders. But instead, I said, well, it's too late now. I'll just use it in Renzo. So, yeah. But the script had so much trouble getting worked on. Eventually, I was just like, Thatch, can you help me, man? I need your advice. And basically, he was just like, okay, well, you need to add a couple character scenes because their connection feels a bit hollow, the Defenders' connections. So I was like, okay. And Thatch is a brilliant writer. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly where a character is going to be at the end of a story. I'm not like that. I sort of work I sort of work it as it goes. I can't really plan a full character development right away. But, yeah, he's a great writer. But basically, he was just like, okay, you need to add a couple more character scenes. And I was so done with the project. I was legitimately being like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I took his advice and I wrote one more scene. I wrote a couple more scenes, and but I still wasn't happy. I still wasn't really happy with the project. It still felt quite hollow. And so then I started sending lines out, and it first occurred to me that a lot of people were going to have a lot of lines. First of all, I had to make a main character out of this, which was really hard because I was like, oh, I don't know. So I put Teo as the main character because he's this little guy and he's incompetent, and it kind of works as a fun, like, oh, he's the incompetent main character. He doesn't really seem like the main character type, whatever. But I ended up sending the voice actor over like 155 lines, if not 190 lines, which is way too much. That's a lot. Like, it is the main character. Obviously, he's going to have a lot of lines, but like, what I ended up sending him was just way, way, way too much. I didn't even know the guy personally. I think he's just some high school student, or he's a person who has a life, and those lines are not done. And that's my biggest problem with Defenders right now, which is mainly keeping me from not wanting to work on it. Not too many people have done their lines. There are a good number of people who have done their lines, but there are a lot of people who haven't done their lines. And I'm not blaming them for it at all. Because the fact of the matter is, I sent over 100 lines to a bunch of people, a bunch of random people, and I expected them all to get done. And that is completely unrealistic of me. I should have been more transparent, because what ended up happening was that I started to get mad about them not sending lines, but I just sort of forgot about it. I'm not going to say who I sent lines to, who didn't get them back, but the point is a lot of people did not do them. And again, what am I expecting? I'm not paying any of these people. Like, I should not be angry at all. I'm sending lines. I'm sending free line. The idea is that if you want to get something done, you have to pay people. That makes perfect sense. So I'm an idiot, and obviously, to expect somebody to get done that much lines is absolutely ridiculous. So I sent a bunch of lines to a bunch of different people, and they didn't get done, but a good handful of people did get those lines done. And to those people who did, thank you so much. But I don't know. Here's what I want to talk about. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off, I guess. So I think the key thing is that I don't know if I should push on with Defenders. I've been thinking about canceling it, but the fact of the matter is, I'm also not very comfortable with canceling it, because I don't want to just cancel something out of the blue without any sort of feedback, because when you get the idea, when someone cancels something, you're like, oh, well, that could have been interesting. Why didn't you ask us, or something like that? It feels like I want your guys' opinions. I want your guys' viewpoints. So what do you guys think? It's a bit premature of me to ask that question. Allow me to sort of, again, keep filling in. So let me take it back. When I first moved here, I filmed the first scene of Defenders. The first scene is actually done and edited. It's on my channel right now. It's on private. But the whole time I was filming, it didn't feel right. And maybe it was because I was just getting into filming, because I immediately started filming Renzo afterwards, and I was way more comfortable with it. But filming Defenders felt like such a chore. It didn't feel comfortable at all. It felt wrong. It just, I don't know. Maybe it was because I was just getting into filming again. That might be what it was. I don't know. Because I immediately felt wrong. It didn't feel right. And the whole thing, as I started thinking about the whole Defenders, it was sort of falling apart. I didn't have much passion towards it anymore. There was almost zero drive for me to actually finish Defenders at all. I made a couple posters. That was probably the most drive that I had for it, but it quickly fizzled out afterwards as the waiting game continued, because I couldn't even really get much progress done without the main character's lines, and obviously he has the most lines, and obviously to expect this guy to get done as many lines as I sent him in a period is ridiculous. Especially, I don't know this guy's life. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably doing he probably has a life. He probably doesn't have a great recording situation. He's just some random guy who won a mock contest, He never claimed that he was a voice actor. He's just a mockist on Instagram. Again, I don't know anything about this guy. So to expect some random guy to get done that much lines is absolutely appalling. And especially since a lot of people forget about these lines, and it's perfectly fine. It's so on the one hand, I'm frustrated that nobody got their lines done, but at the same time, I'm an idiot for even thinking that people are gonna get those lines done in an orderly fashion. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, and I should have been more transparent about this, but I think that overall, I have no passion for Defenders of the Big Space. There's almost nothing there. I don't feel like working on it. Biorama, on the other hand, I have a Biorama project coming up that I'm actually very excited to work on. And Renzo. I'm very passionate about this current arc of Renzo. But Defenders, there's almost nothing there. There's literally, I have like no desire for anything. I only really have desire to show off the mocks. That's pretty much it. I have no, because I gotta make a bunch of characters for Defenders anyways, and I'm already running out of parts, and there's so much bullcrap that's being put into this. There's so much little stuff that's building up. It's the fact that I'm trying to work on all three things at once. Biorama, Renzo, and Defenders of the Big Space. I think it's just too much. I think I'm sort of falling back into that mindset of, oh, you're working on too much at once. You need to just focus on like one or two projects. And I think that's what it is. I think Defenders is honestly bringing me down a lot. And since there's no drive for it, since there's no desire for me to keep pushing and keep making something, I feel as if almost, I don't know. I honestly, I can't even really rationally explain it. I think it's just a lack of desire. I really think that just because I have no sort of drive to finish it, there's nothing there. I'm trying. I really wanted to get this out. But I think it's the fact that it's taken me so long. I think I've just been completely burnt out on the project. I think a lot of these ideas have just started swirling around in my mind like a whirlpool, and I don't even know what's happening anymore. Like, I'm not getting lines. I'm not happy with the script. I'm not really happy with the voice. I'm not really happy with my voice acting. I feel like it just feels like a botched project. So, I don't know, man. I really don't know. But I want your guys' thoughts. I really do. So I'm gonna talk about that a little bit more. So if I decide to cancel Defenders of the Big Space, which is a decision which is purely going to be based on me, I'm just saying that right now. If I decide to cancel it, it's going to be what I think is best for myself. Even if everyone says no, don't do it, but I personally feel like I don't want to continue it anymore, then that's gonna happen. I'm still gonna cancel it. I'm sorry. But I do want to hear your guys' thoughts. I want to know what this means to you guys, because I know this probably feels like a big middle finger, and I'm really sorry. I don't know, because it's really hard to rationalize this, because it just sounds like I'm whining. Like, you probably look at my videos and you're like, oh, this takes like no effort to make. Like, you have no, as little effort as I think I put it. Like, I'm not Thatch, right? I can't make like a masterpiece in freaking, like, he puts so much work and effort into his videos. So does everyone else at the Hapori. They put so much time and effort, and I'm not like that. I don't know. I don't think I put that much effort into videos, but I still think that making videos can be hard sometimes. Renzo 12 took a stupid long time to come out, and that was because of how big that video was. There was so much filming and so much editing. Editing takes a lot of work, and even if it's basic friggin' crap editing, it still takes work. And I think when you work on a project like this and you have absolutely zero drive to continue it, it feels like you're a soulless machine at this point. You're just doing whatever the heck you want. So okay. What do you guys think? I just want to know. I want your guys' complete honest thoughts down in the comments. If you are mad, please tell me. If you're supportive of this decision, if you think I should cancel it. I know you guys have been incredibly supportive in the past, and I don't want to undercut that, because I think that you guys are getting almost a little emotional here. That rarely happens. Oh God. But I think that you guys have told me some amazing things, and I cannot undercut that whatsoever. You guys have been the most supportive people to me. You guys watch my videos. My views have been declining. Obviously, people don't watch my videos as much as they used to. I don't really care though. I'm more passionate about just making things that I enjoy. The Halloween special didn't get very many views at all. I don't really care. I like that video because I think it was very fun for me to make. And even if the reception on it was whatever, I still support you guys' every comment. I heart every comment because I think that your words are meaningful. They make an impact. And there was that whole YouTube drama about them cutting out comments if you're a kid's channel. I think my audience is safe because my analytics prove that most of my audience is 18 and up, which seems confusing to me because I know for a fact that's not true at all, but whatever. But you guys, your comments and everything, your viewership, your likes, they all mean the world to me. I cannot stress that enough. I wouldn't be making videos if there weren't anybody. You know, I've contradicted myself a lot. I've said before in previous updates that I would still be making videos if I didn't get any comments, but I don't think that's true. I think your guys' input means a lot to me. You know, there was a whole period of time where in mock reviews I was just letting you guys influence which mock I was going to review next. Like, obviously there was a period of time where I completely relied on you guys, and I still love your comments, and I still appreciate seeing you guys talk about this kind of stuff. And my my favorite feeling in the world is when somebody acknowledges something that I do. And that, I don't want to sound like a pretentious idiot, but it's really nice to have somebody talk about my series or without sort of, you know, directly talking to me, like they're recommending it to friends or something like that. That makes me so happy. And it's not as common as someone like Thatch. You know, Thatch has way more attention. Thatch deserves way more. And I know this whole thing seems like, oh, you're just sucking up to Thatch a lot. Not only is he one of my best friends, but he is a very, very talented creator, and he deserves all the attention that comes his way. But, yeah, I don't know. So, that's the situation of Defenders of the Big Space. Should I cancel it? Should I not cancel it? I don't know anymore. I really don't. But I want your guys' complete honesty. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run down a couple things that I'll do if I decide to cancel it, you know, because there's quite a lot actually done for Defenders. So I'm going to go through a couple things that is important about Defenders. So let's talk about that, and then I'm going to wrap this video up because you've heard my stupid mouth talk for way too long now. It's probably over 10 minutes. I sincerely apologize. Okay, so if I decide to cancel Defenders of the Big Space, which is 50-50 outcome at this point, maybe even 70% to like 30%, but anyways, if I decide to cancel it, what am I going to do? Well, I've already mentioned before that there's actually been a decent amount done for Defenders. Quite a few people have done lines for Defenders. Like I said, the first scene is filmed and the script is completely finished. So what I think I'm going to do if Defenders it gets canceled, I was always planning on doing 2 mock reviews, one for the honorable mentions and one for the winners. That was always the plan. That would not change. I would still be doing the mock reviews. But what I would also do is I would release the unfilmed scene. I would just fully release that scene. And there were two variations of the scene where a voice was different, so I would probably just release them both back to back or just have them be in the same video, something like that. The script would be put online immediately so you guys can see my mindset and see the whole script, and you guys can still get the whole story. Because it's better than just completely abandoning the project and everyone having no idea what happened to it. I think it's good that I can at least show it off because it does exist. The script is made. The story has been told, technically. So if you can read the script and you can be like, okay, there it is. There's everything there. And I'll be releasing all the lines to the public so you guys can hear them. It's not very exciting content, but I can imagine it would be in a whole Defenders lines or whatever, and you can hear all the lines that are done by all the characters, because there were quite a few characters, there were quite a few new voice actors that weren't really in projects of mine before, but I really like their voice talents. I will give a shout out to everyone who did voice acting, you know. Xanton, actually surprisingly good. Listening to his lines as Nyx was adorable. He did such a great job. Lego Lover 55 did an amazing job with Glurmuk. Toa Naretta was going to be Chrysalis, but I told her prematurely, like, oh, you don't have to really do those lines anymore because I'm making this video. But Kasai did a good job with Schmlunkus. He did ramble a little bit longer. He wanted to get as much screen time as possible, which I don't blame him. It was a very short cameo, but a lot of the cameos are very quick. And there's a couple new voice actors that I picked up for very specific background characters that are also going to be in the video. But yeah, I'll be showing off all the mocks, all the honorable mentions. I made quite a few side characters. They will all be reviewed and all be shown off if I decide to cancel Defenders. But more importantly, I just want your guys' opinions. Just let me know what you think down in the comments. Be as honest. Please watch the whole video. Don't skip around. I think it's very important to hear the full story. And if I missed anything, please ask me down below. If you have any more questions, please ask me. I'm not afraid to answer. Again, I'm really sorry if this made you mad or if this ruined your day or whatever. But I needed to talk about this. This is incredibly important to me, and it would be a shame if it just didn't go anywhere. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And I'm sorry this video is so long, but everything needed to come out. You know, I couldn't not talk about this. So yeah, but my throat's sore now. But I don't even know what to say. Thank you for watching this video. And again, I'm really sorry, and hopefully something will come from this, whether I decide to cancel it or not. And who knows, maybe I'll bring it back one day. If I do cancel it, maybe I'll return it one day in a quick short or something like that, because the mocks are still there, you know. We'll see. I don't know. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Goodbye.